40-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. That is caught. And he is going to have the Bucs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. Mayfield down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. Mayfield to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cade Otton from 3 yards out. And the Bucs are on the board first here in Vegas. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the 1st quarter. And they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing here, Dobbs. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Dobbs is throwing. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Six nothing our score after one. Back to throw, Dobbs. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, a 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Moody good with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And
he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 39 yards. And the Buccaneers have retaken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Dobbs. This goes to the tight end, Eric Silver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Dobbs to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Dobbs. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is now 2. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Moody for the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field.
Right on the heels of the pick six, another ball intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Dobbs to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Dobbs. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. From the gun, Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. This is fielded inside the 5. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. To throw is Dobbs. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Dobbs forced out to his left. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Ready, break! Come on, break! Nice one, 18!
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. Back to throw again. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play fake. Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will get into the end zone. What a call on the reverse. It's a touchdown. So it takes him just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 75 yards. And the Bucs are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be...
Here's a 2nd and 5. And they'll go on the ground. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On play action, it's Dobbs. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. McCaffrey on the counter. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Mayfield to throw it. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into that deficit. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. Flush to his right. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Back to throw, Dobbs. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 3rd and 3. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. That's taking quite a gamble, and it definitely did not pay off.
And most of the time, it's real easy to go ahead and criticize that type of an attempt. But I actually liked what they did there. Taking that gamble, showing that they're going to be aggressive. Unfortunately for them, they took what probably was a short 3 points off the board.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. There he goes again. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 94 yards. And the Buccaneers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Here's Dobbs to throw. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
With that, we say goodnight from Las Vegas.